Okay, I think we're going. Twitch is always weird. I never really understand how it works or where it goes. It just kind of like goes. But you know what? So did what's it called? YouTube has done that too now. Now they just kind of go. There used to be like a little live button that you could say when you're going, but I guess that's gone. Anyways, yeah. So hey, welcome to Second Impeachment. Change this light level here. I mean, work the lights a bit. Hold on. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Look at that. Oh, the Monty Mod. How am I Monty Mod? She's right there. My pretty kitty cat is right here. How am I pretty kitty cat? She's the Monty Mod. Look at the pretty cat, Monty Mod. Yes, my Monty Mod. But you can't stay here, my Monty Mod. No, you cannot stay here. You're on my desk. You have to move. Okay. Hello. All right. Hey, I'm back. No, not like I went anywhere. Okay. So we can discuss certain things like the coup, right? That's pretty important, wouldn't you say? That's really pretty relevant. So when I say the coup, unfortunately, I have to specify. I mean Donald Trump's attempt at overthrowing the government. I am not one of those crazy Q people, those who the Q cultists who Mod, I can't see where I'm going. Mod, you can't sit there. You have to move, my kitty cat. Okay. I totally lost what I was talking about. Why am I holding a bed? The bed goes here. The bed goes here. Somewhere around here. Here, how about this? There you go. For now. Okay. Oh, wait, there's one already here. I don't need this another one. So I don't know where that bed came from. Because there's already a bed here. I don't know. But I came here to do Minecraft chores, right? That was the name of the tweet. So but before we do that, I want to make some things clear. Donald Trump is a traitor, right? We all know this. Donald Trump is a traitor. Yeah, let's see. I want to go down there and make that into my mining place. But it's either there or somewhere else. I'm not sure yet. I haven't figured it out. I don't know. And right now I'm putting all my crap away, and that's like no fun. But what I need to do is get terracotta, a lot of terracotta, so I can fix the hole I made. And then I need rockets. Rockets, all of my rocket sauce. All of my rocket sauce. Like, yeah, sure, Tenacious D, sure, you want to go there? Fine. So yeah, what is going on, right? So we had a queue going on, right? And it's weird because a lot of the people, a lot of the what's it called? There's a lot, like the majority of the Republican Party have lost their minds. They're not really rational anymore. They're not really sane. They don't operate on the same level of reality as the rest of us. They've kind of lost the ability to weave together a cohesive narrative. What they do instead is like play make-believe, and then they believe they believe their own lies. Is what happens. They play make-believe, and then they forget that they're playing make-believe. If that makes sense. Okay, so I want to fix this. Okay. Now I can't reach. I got a message from someone. Oh. I gotta play. Okay. Et voilà. C'est magnifique. And then I go like this. And this is really boring. So when I said Minecraft chores, I really meant it. It's like the most boring part ever. But it has to be done because otherwise it looks ugly. I've broken it and it looked ugly. So it's up to me to fix it because since I broke it, I bought it. So this is no fun, right? This is no fun. All I wanted to do was find a better way, or find a way to get to this island that didn't require having to fly. I guess you can use boats and go over the water, but that's no fun. Maybe it's more fun than I'm giving it credit for, I don't know. But look at all those flat beaches. You know why it's all flat? Because I took away all the sand to make glass. All of these beaches are flat. Ah! That's funny. So yeah, United States, America, we're going through like crazy coup time right now. Are people even aware? Do they even know what that means? Like, do they know? Like, I know my own mom, she can't handle it. She can't handle it. There's too much other stuff going on, so she doesn't pay attention. So, like really, like, oh, I'm an American citizen, but I'm too busy trying not to die. Too busy trying not to die to pay attention that the Nazis are staging a coup. Man, and I'm like, what can I say to that, right? It's what do I say to that? Like, no, fight harder. I don't care if you're barely making it. Like, I try to tell my mom, and she's like, oh, I can't handle it. I'm like, all right, it's a lot to take in, right? It's a lot. Like, especially if you're an older person. Like, if you're a baby boomer, like, you grew up, your parents were the greatest generation. Ah! Ah! How could you ever conceive that the great country that your parents fought for and created for you, how could you ever conceive that that country would crumble before your eyes? And like, yeah, it's like a betrayal almost. I know my mom, she's a boomer, but she didn't get like the good end of the boomer stuff. Like, yeah. Like, just because my mom's a boomer didn't mean she like was rich or anything. I mean, she's married to my dad. Ah ha ha ha. So, but even then, right? Even then, it's hard. It's hard for them to understand, like, what's going on. It's just mind-boggling. It doesn't happen to the United States. That happens to other countries. Well, guess what, Mom? We fought off another coup attempt. Like, this is like the third time. The first time was a coup, right? The Russians got in their man, which was Donald Trump. So the coup at first succeeded. That was the first coup. But I think I think the majority of Americans didn't realize that it was a coup. They didn't realize that they had been couped. They didn't understand it. They didn't understand it. They didn't understand it, the majority of Americans. And then when Black Lives Matter happened and all those cities started having those big protests, Donald Trump tried to get the military to invade all of the U.S. cities and declare martial law. And the military refused. So we didn't have a coup. We didn't have a military coup. So that was the second time. The coup already happened, I guess. But I guess that was consolidation of power. So the first, and Donald had been slowly consolidating power throughout his entire term by removing long-term government officials, non-political officials, and replacing them with acting lackeys, political lackeys. Oh, dude, come on. So he replaced, So he had been politicized. He'd been consolidating power. He had a setback in the 2018 elections when he lost control of the House. Oh, I'm almost there. Check it out. Oh, I missed. So, yeah. So instead of consolidating power, so the first time he tried to really consolidate power was with that power to grab to get the military to invade the United States cities, and the military refused. And then so instead of sending the military, Donald Trump had to send in the Border Patrol and Department of Homeland Security instead, because he controlled those forces, but he doesn't control the military. He doesn't absolutely control them, right? The military is still loyal to the Constitution. That's pretty amazing. I'm glad the military remained loyal to the Constitution. But then he tried again. To the third time he tried to stage a coup was last week, a week ago, December or January 6th. He tried to get a mob to break down the Capitol defenses so he could send in strike teams to assassinate Pelosi and Pence. He was going to assassinate all of the Democratic Congress people so he could seize absolute power. That's what he was going to do, and it failed. It failed, and he put in he fired all of the leaders of the Pentagon, and he replaced them with acting lackeys. And then so when it was clear there was an insurrection happening and the Capitol Police called for reinforcements, the acting lackeys refused. They refused to send help. That's why the Capitol was breached, because the acting lackeys in the Pentagon, Donald's acting lackeys in the Pentagon, refused to send help to stop Donald's mob from assassinating the Congress people. And so for hours, the Capitol Police had to literally battle Nazis. Had to literally battle literal Nazis to save the Republic. I can't believe it. It blows my mind. It sounds like a movie. Right? It sounds like a movie. I can't believe it. But I just watched it happen. I watched it happen on Wednesday. I cannot. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay. So we've had to suffer through three coups so far, 3 coup attempts, 1 successful, and the 2 failed consolidations of power. And they barely failed. Both times, they barely failed. They only failed because the Pentagon leaders wouldn't go along with it. And then it only failed, the second time only failed because the Capitol cops were able to hold off the mob. That was the Alamo. Or like not the Alamo, that was like the opposite. Like the stand where you survive and you made it. Like I can't, like it's like the Zerg Rush, dude. the Capitol cops survived a Zerg Rush. Like, oh my God, that's exactly what it is. It's like a campaign mission in StarCraft. Like where you have to hold off Zerg forces for like 2 hours or whatever. That's what the Capitol cops did. It's amazing. It's amazing. Like, I don't know, right? I'm ACAB and all that jazz, but like you got to give it up, right? They defended democracy. Like, I can't believe it. Like, it's amazing. It's amazing. It's like a movie. It's gonna be the most amazing movie ever. I'm telling you. Like, the amount of times we almost lost it was insane. I can't believe it. And we're still not out of the woods. We're still not out of the woods. You had like 138 Republicans after the mob tried to come in and kill their fellow people. You had 138 people say, no, I didn't see anything. Yeah, those guys are Nazis. Those guys are traitors. So yeah, that brings me to further, right? So obviously, we have a white supremacist insurrection problem in the United States. And let me tell you about the founding fathers of our great nation. When George Washington and Thomas Jefferson and Ben Franklin and James Madison and all those cats got together, and they said, you know, F those guys in England, you know, like, forget you, King George, screw you, we're independent. We're independent, right? They didn't just be like, oh, ha, 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 right? If they got caught, you know, George Washington couldn't go up to the parliament in England and say, hey, dudes, because of my wooden teeth, no, they're slave teeth. Because of my slave teeth, you have to feed me organic food. They would kill him. If the American insurrection failed and it was only a revolution because it succeeded, right? It was only the American Revolution because it succeeded. If it failed, it would have been known as the American insurrection, and George Washington would have been executed. He would have been killed. Thomas Jefferson, he would have been killed. He would be dead. He would not ask for organic food in prison. They would chop his head off. Ben Franklin would not be flying kites to discover electricity. Ben Franklin would be dead. James Madison, Alexander Hamilton, they wouldn't be having these happy and dancing musicals. They would be dead. They would be dead. No one would know them. They would be footnotes in the history books of the great empire of England. England did not F around when it came to insurgents, because England knows that insurgencies are mortal threats. Insurgencies are mortal threats. So, what did England do to traitors? What did England do to traitors? Well, they killed them. They killed you. If you tried to rise up against the English Empire and they caught you, you were dead. Give me my organic lettuce. I am a shaman. I must have my organic fruits and veggies. Woo! No, traitor, you should die. No, wait a minute. Ooh. Only if you are convicted of treason. Because in the United States, you must be convicted of treason. You must go under trial and be convicted and then sentenced. And the legal sentence, the legal punishment for treason is death. So if the shaman tried, if the Q shaman tried to go to England in before the United States was here, this is back when the English Empire. If the Q shaman tried to overthrow the English Empire and failed, and tried to ask them for organic food for his dietary restrictions, they would kill him. Insurrection is no joke. Insurrection is no joke. Insurrection is mortal peril for the social order. Like, you are threatening the social order. And you don't threaten the social order. You don't threaten the social order. No one puts baby in a corner. So yeah. So what do we do with traitors? Now, in England, during the English Empire, if Thomas Jefferson and George Washington failed, they would have been executed. But wait. Why would they have executed George Washington and Thomas Jefferson for treason? Why not just be cool and let them in? Because the empire, the English Empire, recognized that Thomas Jefferson and George Washington and Alexander Hamilton and all those cats, if you let them live, their ideas would continue to spread, and they would continue to undermine the authority of the English Empire. So, the English Empire understood that you never coddle traitors, you execute them to ensure that their ideas do not spread. So, because they recognized that those ideas were separate from the English Empire. They were dangerous to the English Empire, and they would kill the English Empire. They knew it. That's why, if George Washington and Alexander Hamilton and Thomas Jefferson and all those cats failed, they would have been executed. So now wait, let's jump forward. Like, there are many times, right? But I'm only going to hit the ones that I know, like off the top of my head. And one of them is Germany. In 1922, Hitler staged a coup. He tried to get a bunch of people to overthrow the government, and it failed. And Hitler was sentenced to prison. But he only served a fraction of the time in prison, hardly any time at all. And while he was in prison, not dead, he wasn't dead, he was in prison. While the traitor was in prison, not dead, he was writing books to spread his ideas. Those ideas would go on to murder millions and millions and millions and millions. I mean, sure, let's talk about the 6 million Jews, for sure, right? Because they're totally innocent. They had absolutely nothing to do with it. And forever, the poor Jews have been messed with. In every single country they go to, they get messed with. Every single country, everywhere they go, they get messed with. Like, everywhere. So yeah, that's messed up that Hitler's ideas got 60 million or 6 million Jews murdered. That's bad. That's so awful. That's awful. All right, but also let's talk about the millions of other people, the trade unionists, the disabled, the homosexuals, the Catholics, the intellectuals, the academics, the Roma, the gypsies, like millions. He killed millions. In addition to the Jews, he killed millions more. But wait, it gets better, right? Because he tricked so many Germans and he got into their heads and messed up their brains so bad, he Q-ified their brains. Hitler Q-ified the brains of the Germans and turned them into Nazis. And because so many Germans got their brains Q-ified, Hitler made them do the stupidest thing ever. It's the dumbest thing ever. Hitler got a bunch of Germans to go to march to Moscow in the winter. The amount of suffering, the amount of human suffering. Like, I was thinking about it last night. I'm an American, right? I don't normally think about the German side of the conflict. I don't normally think about the Russian side of the conflict. Like, my brain, trust me, yo. I have been thoroughly steeped in the propaganda of the glorious American victory in World War II. Lots and lots of it. Lots and lots of it. Lots of it. But what gets me is when I think about the German, the Eastern Front. Like, the bitter cold and the featurelessness of the steppe and the starvation and like just the bleakness. Like, I don't know what would be driving a person at that point. Like it's just horrible. It's awful. And what that reminds me of now, right, the Q-ification of the German people to make them march across the Russian tundra in winter reminds me of this really sad nature clip I saw. I was watching a nature clip in Antarctica. Scientists in Antarctica. In Antarctica, it's super freezing cold, you know, like no nothing. And there was this penguin, and they showed the camera was following this penguin, and this penguin was going the wrong way. The ocean was that way, but the penguin was going that way. And, you know, there's nothing in the middle, right? It's a big desert. There's like nothing in there. There's no food, there's no fish, there's no plants. There's literally nothing in the middle of Antarctica. There's like nothing. So this penguin is running the wrong way, the opposite direction of the ocean. And it'll get to a point where it won't be able to go back. So it's gonna eventually just die by itself in the middle of Antarctica with nothing. Just walk into the cold tundra and die. And that reminds me of Q people. Q people are so brainwashed that if their leader tells them to walk into a frozen tundra and keep walking, they'll do it until they die, like a penguin. So I'm saying this not to be mean to people who've got their brain Q-ified. I'm doing it because I'm trying to like avoid a far worse fate. Like, Hitler was only able to spread his ideas because the government did not execute him for treason. Instead, they let him live, and he was able to make his ideas spread and infect all of German society. Okay, now, and that's awful, right? Another time traitors were coddled was after the American Revolution, or after the American Civil War. Remember, we've had in the United States, we've had this strain of white supremacy forever. And it came to a head, and they tried to attack the United States, and they did. They attacked the United States. The rebels attacked the United States. There was a bloody conflict. The rebels lost. The insurrectionists lost. But the insurrectionists staged a coup in the United States. They assassinated Lincoln, President Lincoln. Right after he won the election. Maybe not. I don't know. I don't remember. Well, I know it was right after the war ended. But Lincoln was assassinated, and then his vice president was a man named Andrew Johnson. And Andrew Johnson was very, very, very sympathetic to the South. So he stopped a lot of the Reconstruction from happening. He didn't execute anybody. He let all of the bad legislators, all of the rebels, all of the traitors, he let all of the traitors back into government. So all of the traitors, instead of being executed, they were let back into the government. And then what happened was those traitors would go on to codify the Confederacy into law. And it was called Jim Crow, segregation, or Jim Crow. The Jim Crow law was the Confederacy codified into U.S. law. So they won. The Confederacy, they didn't win, but they weren't executed. So their ideas persisted. And their ideas are the ideas that influenced Hitler. See, you see the chain? Like it's that thing of the match, right? You know, the match that I want to do redstone. So it's a chain reaction. You have put all this stuff away. Sorry. I'm about to get all redstoney on you. I need torches, redstone torches. I'll take a lever too. Okay. So you have the insurgency, which is a torch right here. All right, and then that, so here's the Confederacy. The Confederacy was not snuffed out. If it was snuffed out, look at it, it's gone. Confederacy was not snuffed out. The Confederacy lived. Its ideas lived. So it lived, it persisted, throughout time, and the ideas, they survived until they could influence someone else. Well, here. I need a lantern, not a. Okay. Bob. So this is Hitler. I should label this shit. In fact, I should be doing this underground in my lab. Where's my signs? Here we go. You know what? Here, I'm gonna need to bring a few more things. Sure, I'll take a couple of those and blocks of iron. Okay. Oh, and cacti and sand. Cacti. Okay. So, you have the torch of white supremacy right here. Ta-da. And we're gonna call this the American Confederates. All right, they were not smashed, and because they were not smashed, they persisted through time. And before they were able to peter out, they found the Germans or whatever, who they infected with fascism. So these are the Nazis. So those are the Confederates. These are the Nazis. All right. Now, when the Nazis were defeated, Germany did a lot of work in order to stop them. Because, do you see what happens? Oh, wait a minute. No, it doesn't work. Oh, this doesn't work. Here, I have to do it like this. Really? You think that would power it? It's like right below it. Doesn't it power the block above? Dude, I don't know. Maybe I don't know redstone as well as I thought I do. Oh, yeah, go like this. No, I can't. Oh! There we go. All right. Ah! So here's the Confederacy. And then this is and that over there, this is time. So going through time, the form of fascism, it manifests in the Confederacy. And then it went through time, and then it re-manifested in the German Nazi. Alright, and then now... Oh, it doesn't work. I have to make another torch. Actually, it doesn't even go off the German, it goes off this way. Yeah, here we go. There we go. And this is... what do they call themselves? Trumpists. Yeah, Trump, not... How about kind of American? There. This is a Trump Nazi. I mean, what else do you call them, right? Nazi is already taken by Germans. Confederate is just kind of mouthful. Like, rebel, they like that. Nah, I don't know what to call them. Fascists, traitors, I don't know. Anyways, what I'm trying to get at is that you need to, like, if you don't stop this, you have to break it. And the way you break it is you execute the leaders. If you don't kill the leaders, they're gonna spread their ideas. So, I'm not saying go out and murder Donald Trump. That's terrible. No, that would be breaking the law. That would be illegal. I'm not saying break the law. I'm saying use the legal system to find and to try Donald Trump for treason. And if you find out through examination of the facts that Donald Trump, in fact, did incite seditious behavior and try to overthrow the government, if you, in fact, do find that, then it is incumbent upon you, as a sovereign, to institute the penalty of death for Donald Trump. You have to, because the future of the republic depends upon it. Donald Trump is not as dangerous as Donald Trump's ideas. The more he's able to broadcast, the more dangerous ideas he spreads, and the more he'll live throughout the future. It's important to find him guilty of treason and to execute him very, very quickly before he can make himself into a martyr, or he can make a myth out of himself. You want to stop him from spreading fascism. And the way you do that is you have to find him guilty of treason and you execute him. But not just Donald Trump. You also have to do his family members, because they helped. That's Eric, that's Don Jr., that's Ivanka, that's Jared Kushner. You got to get all those people. I don't know how involved Tiffany is. Melania? I don't know how to say her name. I never really learned it. Melania? I don't know. Melania Trump? You got to, her too. And I'm not doing it it's not personal, right? It's not personal. It's not a personal thing. But that's the way insurrections work. If you don't kill an insurrection, they metastasize, and in the future, they end up murdering a lot more people. A lot more people. And if you want to look at it in terms of like exponential growth, I'm sure if we let Trumpism go unchecked, he's going to destroy the whole world. I mean, the Nazis almost did it by themselves. I mean, the Nazis with the Japanese and the Italians, they almost did it by themselves. But this time, we have bigger weapons. We have nuclear bombs. We already have climate change. It would be easy for Trumpists to destroy the world if we let them. It would be real easy for them to destroy the world if we let the virus take hold. That's why it's very important that we execute the leaders of the coup. So that includes Donald Trump, his family. Stephen Miller's a planner. I don't know how central he was to the coup, but you know, we should pay attention. Senators are certainly involved. Cruz and Hawley for sure. They both have to be executed. They will never stop. They will never stop trying to overthrow the government. That's who they are. Cruz and Hawley, that's what they're about. They're Confederates in their hearts, right? In their hearts. They're truly for the Confederacy. They never have loyalty to the United States, which is why you hear them even now, encouraging sedition against the United States. You have to put those senators on trial, and if they're guilty, you have to execute them. Because again, if you don't execute them, their ideas will spread, and it will end up killing way more people. I am not saying all of this. I am not expending this energy. I am not putting all of this out into the universe for my personal bloodlust. You know, this is purely from a utilitarian standpoint. If you want to save the maximum number of lives, you will put on trial the coup leaders and you will execute them. That is to save the maximum number of lives. If you want to do the maximum good, save the maximum number of lives, you will put the coup leaders on trial, and if they're guilty, you will execute them. History shows us time and time again, a failure to adequately deal with an insurrection leads to the end of the government and massive amounts of suffering. If you fail to act, if you fail to bring justice, you will condemn Americans to massive amounts of suffering, massive amounts of trauma. Already, way deeper than we've already experienced. An American Civil War, it will be awful. Another Civil War, American Civil War, will be awful. You can't let it happen. You have to deal with the insurgency. The way you deal with the insurgency is you round up the coup leaders, you put them on trial, and if they're guilty, you execute them. I'm saying it again. You have to round up the coup leaders, put them on trial. If they're guilty of treason, you have to execute them. It's not for me. You're not satisfying my bloodlust. You're saving the millions and millions and millions of people back there that you don't know yet. All right? You're not doing it for me. It's for all of those people back there. You're not doing it for me. Don't get it twisted. It's not for me. Let's see, what am I doing here? Dropping stuff off. Here, I don't need to drop off that stuff. Stuff. Iron. Alright, so I think we have everything here. Do I have any wood? No, I'm missing wood. I knew I was missing something. I'll come back. Yeah, it's pretty awful. It's pretty awful. But I mean, I saw this coming. When Donald Trump took power, I saw this. Yeah. Which is why I'm on a Wednesday night broadcasting to nobody watching me, begging someone out there. You need to put Donald Trump on trial for treason, and if he's guilty, you must execute him. This is to prevent another Holocaust. Right? It's not for me. It's to prevent another Holocaust. I'm telling you now. I'm telling you. You do not want a second American Civil War. You do not want it. You must crush this insurrection. The way you crush insurrections is you round up the coup leaders, you put them on trial for treason, and if they're guilty, you execute them per law, by law. I'm not making it up. It's the law. It's U.S. law. It's U.S. law to execute traitors. It's not the only punishment for treason, but for the coup leaders, it's the punishment that ought to be used because they're too dangerous to be left. Right? They're too dangerous. You can't do it. You can't let them be. Their ideas will cause untold damage. You have to round up the coup leaders, Donald Trump, his family, the senators, put them on trial for treason. If they're guilty, you have to execute them. Now, I'm going to have to probably repeat this again on another channel because no one watches this one. But for real. You cannot mess around with this stuff. Okay, I'm going to put the other Guardian back here. Oh, here. Oh, crap. How do you do chunk borders? GF3? There we go. Wow. How about right here? Alright. I don't have anything. What do we got here? I'm trying to make a box. Where's my box? There it is. God, this is the slime chunk, I think. So maybe right here. Execute Donald Trump. You must execute Donald Trump if he's found guilty of treason. You must execute Donald Trump. You must execute Donald Trump if he's guilty of treason. You must execute Donald Trump if he's guilty of treason. You must execute Donald Trump if he's guilty of treason. You must execute Donald Trump if he's guilty of treason. Yeah. See, what am I looking for? I'm trying to get space is what I'm making. But why? Oh yeah, to get 1, 2, 3. I don't need this there. 1, 2, 3. Okay, there. Done. Done with you, man. I'm done. Okay, I need fence. Oh, I'm out of wood. Oh. Ta-da! Here, maybe a little bit more. I don't know how many more. That should be enough. All right, the blocks, the scaffolding. All right, I don't need that. Oh, I need the half slab. Yeah, pink, sure. Oh, I need to go up to, damn it, I need my hoppers. I need my hoppers! Almost there for an hour, right? That's all I wanted to do in this video. Do my chores. Hoppers, 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 hoppers. Dude, I'm running low on hoppers again? Jeez Louise. Hoppers are so expensive. And I use them for everything. The carpet. Ah. Do I have any carpet here? Maybe. Perhaps. Bump. No. Really? I forgot the carpet of all the things. Put this redstone away. Okay. Man, so low on everything. Wood, I mean. Wooden hoppers. Oh, I didn't grab the... just going up and down here. Up and down, up and down. Up and down. Putting stuff away. Trying to put stuff away. Smooth slab, like that. Smooth slab, smooth. Let's get a couple of those guys down there. Yeah. Carpet. orange, sure. No, not orange, because stupid Proud Boys. Stupid Proud Boys. And their insurrection at the Capitol. The fools. The idiots. Stimpy, you idiot. How could you be so stupid? Well, Proud Boys aren't known for their intelligence. Ha 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 ha. Oh man. Poor America. Why would you even produce something like a Proud Boy? God, man. Why would you? Yeah, like why? What point? What purpose does a Proud Boy serve other than being Nazi? Like, God, those are the worst. Proud Boys are the worst. God, Proud Boys are terrible. They're a bunch of Nazis. But you know, I mean, like, I don't know. If you listen to Yuri Bermanov, he talks about how the Russians were gonna screw the Americans by using this crazy psychological technique, right? Like, and everyone's like, ah ha ha, back in the day, like, ha ha ha, sure, buddy, whatever, buddy. Well, he told all this stuff back in the 80s, and you listen to it nowadays, and you're like, holy crap, dude, everything you said happened here in the United States, everything. The Russians totally got control or totally brainwashed the allied with the Republicans. They all allied together. They used the same techniques to control people, brainwashing techniques. Because the Republicans, like, they're doing that, you know, they're doing that to their own people anyways. Republicans, yeah, they're really against education. So they don't want people who think. They want people who follow instructions and don't question and are obedient and loyal. That's all they want. So they purposely handicap the educational system to produce workers that fit their criteria. Like, not too bright, just smart enough to follow instructions and don't ask questions and be loyal. That's all they want. And then so the Russians are like, oh, we can totally exploit this. And they did. Yeah, and it's wild now, listening in 2021, listening to a Russian guy in the 1980s who defected to America, talking about how Russia uses the psychological technique called active measures to overthrow countries, and then to watch it happen here. Like, it's wild. It's wild. All right. So what do we got here? Thanks. Oh, nope. Has to go up one. How does this go? Yeah, up one and around from here. So I'm doing this wrong. Dope. Oh. All right, almost there, almost ready. Okay, how's this go again? Let's see. See. Okay, here goes nothing. Perfect! Ah! All right. Oop. Okay, the carpet that I grabbed is right there. Okay, hopefully that will save me from further. Okay. Hey, there we go. Ha ha ha. Okay, well then now what? Let's see. I've built another desliminator to pick up the slime. Should leave this stuff in here. So, pumpkin, the carpet, the wood. So all this needs to be sorted out. Like, it's a big fat mess. It's a big fat mess. Well, okay, so what else do I need to do? What else can I do to make this happen? I do not know what else I can do. What else I can do? What else I can do? But I've been going for an hour, so that's good. A little bit more than an hour. And I think that's good for. Oh, I forgot to do the charge towards the other side. I'll worry on that later. All right. All right. Well, I'm done. Right. Au revoir. Good night.